Imagine it's 18th century London. You have a penny in your pocket, and you're looking for some entertainment. You could go to the theater, or maybe watch a public hanging. But there's another, more shocking option. For just 1 penny, you can enter a place where people scream, cry, and are chained to walls. A place where you can watch human suffering as a spectacle. That place was called Bedlam. Its official name was Bethlem Royal Hospital, and it's the oldest psychiatric institution in the world, founded way back in 1247. It started with good intentions, run by monks who believed they could heal the soul through prayer. But over the centuries, something went terribly wrong. Bedlam became a dumping ground for anyone society wanted to get rid of. The mentally ill, the homeless, the inconvenient. It wasn't a hospital, it was a human zoo. By the 1600s and 1700s, Bedlam had become one of London's most popular and macabre tourist attractions. For the price of a penny, visitors could wander its halls, gawking at the inmates. They would jeer, mock, and even throw food at people who were at their most vulnerable. Some patients were shackled to walls or locked in cages, their private torment turned into a public performance. This wasn't a rare occurrence. Tens of thousands of people flocked to Bedlam every year, treating mental illness as a cheap thrill. The chaos was so infamous that the word Bedlam entered the English language, meaning a scene of uproar and confusion. What passed for treatment inside Bedlam's walls was the stuff of nightmares. There was no understanding of mental illness, only a belief that patients needed to be subdued. Doctors used so-called therapies that were nothing more than torture. Patients were plunged into ice baths, subjected to bloodletting until they fainted, or strapped into a spinning chair designed to shake the demons from their minds. Starvation, beatings, and long periods of isolation and darkness were common practice. These methods weren't meant to heal. They were meant to break the human spirit. There was no medicine, no compassion, just cruelty disguised as care. The goal wasn't recovery, it was control. For centuries, this horror continued behind Bedlam's imposing walls. But by the 19th century, things began to change. Brave journalists and social reformers started to expose the horrific conditions inside. They wrote articles and published reports that shocked the public and shamed the authorities. People like Edward Wakefield described patients chained in filth, forgotten by the world. His reports and others like them sparked outrage and demanded reform. The public spectacle was finally shut down, and a slow, painful process began to transform Bedlam from a house of horrors into a genuine psychiatric hospital. The name Bedlam will forever be linked to chaos and insanity, a dark stain on the history of mental health care. But the story doesn't end there. Today, the Bethlem Royal Hospital still exists, and it's a modern psychiatric facility. It even has a museum dedicated to its grim past, not to glorify it, but to remind us how far we've come. It serves as a powerful lesson about the importance of compassion, understanding, and dignity in treating mental illness. The story of Bedlam shows us the dark depths of human cruelty, but also our capacity for change and reform. Thank you for watching. If you found this history as fascinating as I did, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more deep dives into the past. See you next time.